What's up, y'all? New week. Happy Monday. Thank you for tuning in. Some of you already know this channel, Duran Too Real for TV. If you're new to this channel, like, comment, share, subscribe. I touch on a lot of different topics, but this is going to be a sports topic, sports video, dealing with boxing. I made a few videos about the, Errol Spence versus Crawford build-up, and now that it's official, a lot of us are excited. We've been waiting for a long time for this fight to transpire, and now it's finally here. I've noticed though that a lot of bloggers now, in the aftermath of the fight being official, a lot of bloggers are trying to let certain things off the hook. Now, if you're an Errol Spence fan, of course you're gonna never see it. You're only gonna see things one way, and that's through the lens of Errol Spence, because you are a fan of Errol Spence. But you are a fan of the sport, and you have your opinion about who you think is a better fighter, or whatever the case may be, you're not going to so much be biased. You're going to just but you're going to be real about what you're seeing between certain fighters, or between two fighters who are preparing to fight each other. Now, a lot of bloggers now, currently, are starting to switch the narrative around and make it seem like as if Haymon has been the biggest issue in this situation, and Haymon has been holding up Errol Spence. And that tweet that Errol Spence put out there, I feel like I'm being played, or I feel played. People made their assumptions, and they tried to interpret it as if, oh, he's saying that Haymon is just, he wasting time, and he just keeping him on the shelf. He making him feel like, he's going to fight Crawford, but then they're trying to force him to fight Thurman. And this is my thing about that. Errol better be careful if he's going to try to play victim and try to act like it's not his fault that this fight didn't happen sooner. I'm not going to blame Al. Partially, yes, but not entirely. No, not fully. Because I've heard Errol, we all have heard Errol Spence say things that has contradicted himself and made him look like he's either concerned about fighting Crawford or is not prepared to fight Crawford. I mean, we're not going to forget that Errol Spence, the only person that Errol Spence started talking real slick and making excuses, a whole lot of excuses for, it was Crawford. When he was over here talking about, oh yeah, he's going to have to settle, he's going to have to take a back seat, he's going to have to settle for what we give him. When he's asked, can we just focus on Bud Crawford? Can you just assure everybody and promise everybody that it's going to be Bud Crawford next? This man replies, oh yeah, that could happen, but I could just go up and fight Canelo. Then he started trying to fight Pacquiao. He tried to fight Pacquiao before that. In the beginning, when Bud approached him, when he officially became a welterweight, Errol said he's on the wrong side of the street and that he needs to get a belt. Bud Crawford took Jeff Horn's belt immediately. That was his first fight as a welterweight, and stopped him. Jeff Horn was undefeated. See, people like to sweep certain stuff under the rug and try to make it seem like Bud has fought nobodies. But really, Bud fought everybody that nobody wanted to fight. He fought Jeff Horn. He fought Jose Benavidez when he was a strong, undefeated champion. People try to make excuses about his leg, and that was all PBC fighters trying to say, oh yeah, he had no leg. Okay, but none of y'all wasn't trying to fight him though. Mean Machine, that man was scary. I ain't gonna lie. I was concerned about Bud. And remember, Jose Benavidez and Mean Machine called out Bud. While Bud was still trying to pursue Errol, it seemed like they kept trying to throw other fighters at Bud to throw off his path to greatness and to try to, go after, fight Errol sooner than the powers that be wanted him to, or sooner than Errol wanted to fight Bud. But he dealt with Jose Benavidez. He was talking a lot of smack. He told Jose Benavidez, focus on your fight before you not make it to your fight. Jose was calling him out when he had a fight. He already was training for his fight that was coming up. And Bud had to just tell him, like, bro, relax. Mean Machine. I remember this man was calling out Bud from his country. Then this man came to the States, made sure he got to the #1 contender to where Bud had no other choice but to fight him. Bud fought him. Bud wasn't ducking no smoke. He fought all his mandatories. He fought all the other fighters that nobody else wanted to fight. It's just amazing how people saying that Bud never fought nobody. But Bud fought everybody that Errol fought, minus what? Danny Garcia. You can't count Mikey Garcia because he came up from lightweight all the way to welterweight and then got knocked back down after he fought Errol. But come on now. You can't even get Errol credit for fighting the lightweight. And Mikey Garcia, he was a great elite fighter. He was undefeated at that time, but he was a smaller guy. And if Bud was so small and light in the ass, why didn't you fight Bud when he was ready to fight you? When he was already calling you out years back. And then, after Bud got through Mean Machine, he fought guys like Amir Khan that none of these other dudes fought. A lot of people was avoiding Amir Khan. Even Floyd, Floyd could have fought Amir Khan before he retired. And he didn't fight him. So Bud fought him. Then he fought Kell Brook. He stopped everybody at welterweight. Stopped Porter in front of Errol. Errol left. So I can't let Errol Spence off the hook. There's too many things that Errol has said and done that has made him look like he don't really want to smoke with Bud, or like he has a fear of Bud, because Bud is mean. Bud fights angry. Bud fights like he's really ready to kill you. Like all the shit he done been through as a kid, all them fights he got in, being shot in the head when he got older, all kind of stuff he's been through, you see it in Bud's eyes. Bud is not playing no games with y'all. So, but you guys like to tap dancing around stuff, and y'all like to hide in groups and try to say, oh man, Bud don't want no smoke, Bud don't want no smoke. No, your fighter didn't want no smoke for a long time. And he tried to run and hide, and then he allowed the WBC, Suleiman, and all these other goofies to give him a special privilege to avoid fighting Bud, to prepare himself more. So we know now, allegedly, that they did this on purpose. They were not going to even fight. Thurman and Errol Spence, I'm convinced that they were not going to fight at all. But they were doing that to get everybody focused off the Bud and Errol Spence build up, and have everybody programmed into thinking, oh, well, Errol making preparations for Thurman, while also pushing propaganda out there as if Bud is pulling out negotiations, which the negotiations was the most disgraceful we've ever seen. But people are defending this, the fanboys, and the powers that be who protect Errol, because we know that Errol is protected. Maybe because he's connected to Jerry Jones, and Jerry Jones, his power and his money, got other people catering to this man. But Bud took all of that on the chin. He allowed everybody to crucify him in the media, and he was patiently waiting, and now here we are. But a lot of y'all other bloggers, y'all quiet now. Now that the fight is really official, it's like y'all were getting paid. It seemed like allegedly y'all was getting paid to just push Errol Spence, Bud Crawford propaganda, and just crucify Bud Crawford on behalf of Errol, because y'all were convinced that even though y'all knew Errol was avoiding Bud, and Bud had no other choice, Errol had no other choice but to eventually be like, all right, man, I can't fight this dude, Thurman. Like, I don't even know why we putting it out there. Man, everybody, these people are not stupid. These people know, like, I'm contradicting what I said. I said I was not going to fight Thurman. I said I was going to get Buzz Crawford's belt after I got all the other chaps. He had beat Ugas. Everybody was waiting, and then he was avoiding. While we were waiting, Errol was avoiding. Being interviewed, saying stuff, oh, well, he got to say what we give him. Oh, I could just fight Canelo. You know you didn't talk to Canelo. You made up excuses. You got in another mysterious accident. The second accident was very suspect. I don't know about that one, bro. Allegedly. I felt like allegedly Errol faked a car accident to buy more time. Because when you popped up fat, when you were with your boy Frank Martin, we were like, yeah, okay, now we see why you've been avoiding, bro. You depressed, you eating too much, you're not taking care of your body, you're not training. Frank Martin lied for you, and he said, oh, he was even training before the fight. No, he wasn't. He didn't start training until maybe a month before they finally announced the fight. But since last year, leading up to even when they announced this thing about Thurman fighting Errol, that was a lie. This is why Thurman was quiet. This is why Thurman never said nothing after the fight was announced between them at this 154. And this is why Errol Spence never denied whether he was going to fight Thurman or not. That's how you know he was behind it. And he was in support of it because he decided to be quiet the whole time. Errol Spence was quiet the whole time when everybody was thinking that somehow, some way, there's going to be some date we're going to hear where it's official that Thurman and Errol are going to fight. But he chose not to say anything. He kept putting out these weird little tweets, subliminal messages, even saying, I guess y'all feel like I need to explain myself now. Like playing games with people, laughing, just a big child. But then he realized he's back in the corner now because he can't go to 154 and fight Jermell. If you don't fight Bud, whose legacy is going to hurt more? Bud or you, Errol? It's you, EJ. So now you got to man up. You have no other choice but to fight the man that you have been nervous about, who you have been avoiding. And so it's time now. It's time now. So all you other bloggers out here been going all hard and cheerleading for Errol. Keep the same energy, guys. And let's hope that this dude don't pull out or fail some kind of drug test or something. Errol, I'll be seeing y'all around, man.